The midbrain is the upper part of the brainstem, which connect the bones with the cerebellum, the bones with the cerebrum. The cavity that contains in the midbrain known as the cerebral aqueduct. The cerebral aqueduct connects the fourth ventricle with the third ventricle. Regarding the anterior aspect of the midbrain, here is cross cerebri. Between the two cross cerebri is interpendicular fossa. The floor of interpendicular fossa is posterior perforated substance. Emerge from interpendicular fossa the third cranial nerve, which is oculomotor nerve. Oculomotor nerve supply all the extraocular muscle except the superior oblique supplied by trochlear nerve and lateral rectus supplied by abducens nerve. Also, it supplies the ciliary muscle and constrictor pupillae muscle. So, the third and fourth cranial nerve emerge from the midbrain. The posterior surface of the bones, you can see this four rounded eminence known as superior colliculus and inferior colliculus. Superior colliculus is visual reflex, while the inferior colliculus is lower auditory center. The information reaches the cerebellum. The information reaches the diencephalon, the thalamus, through superior and inferior brachium. So, this is the superior brachium and this is inferior brachium. Superior brachium connects the superior colliculus to the lateral genicular body. Inferior colliculus connects the inferior brachium to the medial genicular body. So the medial and lateral genicular body is a part of thalamus. The information from midbrain to the thalamus reaches through the superior brachium and inferior brachium. So the posterior aspect contains what? Superior colliculus, inferior colliculus, superior brachium and inferior brachium. The anterior aspect, again, interpendicular fossa, posterior perforated substance, and emerge the oculomotor nerve. The midbrain consists of two cerebral peduncles. This cerebral peduncle divided by band of the gray matter, the substantia nigra, into Tegmentum and cross cerebral. Let's see. This is the cerebral peduncle. This is the cerebral peduncle. There as the midbrain consists of two cerebral peduncle. The cerebral peduncle divided by substantia nigra, which is a band of the gray matter, into cross cerebri and tegmentum. The most posterior part of the tegmentum, this one, known as tectum. So the tectum contains the superior and inferior colliculi, while the cross cerebri contain descending tract, such as corticopontine fiber and corticospinal fiber and corticonuclear fiber. The tegmentum contain the menisci, lemniscus, which include medial lemniscus, lateral lemniscus, spinal lemniscus. This menisci here. And here is the medial longitudinal fasciculus. Here is the central canal. This central canal surrounded by band of the gray matter. In the anterior part of the gray matter, there is a nucleus. This nucleus differs in the both level. At the level of inferior colliculus, the nucleus known as thoracicular nucleus, while in the level of superior colliculus, this one is oculomotor nucleus. Also, in the anterior part of the tegmentum, here is the red nucleus. Red nucleus is the mass of the gray matter, receive the information from the cerebellum, cerebrum, and basal ganglia. It sent information to the spinal cord through the rubrospinal tract, and also sent information back to the basal ganglia. Red nucleus is closely related to the function of basal ganglia. Okay, that is all about the brainstem.